Hey y'all, how's it going? I'm Jazz, and this is Steam on a Budget, where we'll select a game on the Steam Popular New Releases section, play it, and evaluate it according to its playability, the amount of money invested in it, total playable time, and how worth it was afterwards. For this, we're following this article on Lifehack that stipulates how much is your time really worth. Today's game is
bouncing around. Do you like that? Oh, I love your giggle.
That Dragon Cancer is a 3D point-and-click exploration game released on January 12, 2016. It was developed and published by Numinous Games. With 90% positive reviews out of 608 on Steam, its cost is $9.99. Winner of the Games for Impact prize at the Game Awards 2016, That Dragon Cancer is a game about developer Ryan Green's son Joel and his 4-year battle against cancer. From the first minutes, we learn from narration that Joel Green is not like a regular kid at his age, since he can't speak properly at the age of 2. At age 1, Joel was diagnosed with an atypical teratoid rhabdoid tumor and developed 7 other tumors through the 4 following years. During the gameplay, we see his improvement through chemotherapy, but things turn dark when doctors bring the news that Joel's treatment is not curative and other tumors might develop. All in all, we follow the part of the parents who spend sleepless nights and live in a roller coaster of emotions towards a child that will hardly survive. The game's title is taken from a story told by Ryan and Amy to Joel's siblings about him being a brave knight that has to fight a powerful dragon named Cancer. In its gameplay, you play a mini platformer as Joel the knight and need to avoid the dragon's constant attacks. As the story suggests, this is a walk through the lives of Ryan and Amy Green and their struggles while facing their son's sickness. From time to time, the playability will vary from first person to third person and even to a short platformer. Gameplay is mostly walking and moving to places, and the interactions are focused on selecting story frames, paintings, cards, and certain actions the characters do. It follows a single storyline, so you won't have choices except for the order of elements you want to see or even if you want to see them. At some points, you can change your perspective and jump from character to character and listen to their thoughts and feelings. Though it doesn't give you much choice-making opportunities, this game's intention is to tell a story that has happened and unfortunately happens to tons of people every day. So if you are expecting an exciting gameplay full of choices that change the story, you should probably reconsider playing this game or opening your mind to this kind of experience. This game has had some negative reviews, specifically about its design, playability, and specific parts of the story, so let's calm down and chat, shall we? For the design, it is as simple as it can be. The characters and scenery are modeled in a simple 3D texture, and characters are faceless. The color palette is simple, but changes according to the scene and the character's feelings and thoughts. On the first scenes, we can notice black spiky balls and dark trees surrounding the scenery, even contrasting to the rest of it. Those are the representations of cancer, sometimes far from our perspective, but always present. On some scenes, we see imaginative recreations from the moments the Greens have been through, such as the heavy rain inside the room when the doctors talk to them about the treatment options for the tumor that don't guarantee other tumors won't grow, and the wagon ride in the hospital imagined as a car race. As psychology suggests, we all experience things differently, and metaphors can help others to try and understand how we feel and think, so I found the fantasies created relatable to the actual experiences. The soundtrack is very good, especially on touching scenes. But what broke me were the narrations from Ryan and the recordings from when Joel was alive. This is not just a fictional story with good interpretations, it is the real documentary of real people's lives. So even though I myself don't have kids and don't even plan to, I cried as hard as if it were my actual son that I was hearing screaming and crying in pain. Before we move on to the conclusion, there are a few things I'd like to address. This game has a very present religious theme, so very often you'll hear Amy saying just how much she believes in God's power and his plans for Joel and for their family. Though Christianity is the world's largest religion, obviously not everyone can relate to their thoughts and worldviews. I, for example, had nearly 0 reasons to relate to this game at all. I am not a parent, I am not a Christian, and the people I know that have had cancer at some point had it diagnosed quick enough to give it proper treatment. But there is something that should probably be louder to people who gave this game a try than just the game's design, its gameplay, or even the religious themes. This game is about empathy. That Dragon Cancer is not about the possibilities of playing. It is about putting yourself in someone else's shoes. It's not about having beautiful graphics. It's about showing that this could happen to anyone. It's not about a god or faith. It's about human hopes and doubts. It's not about you or about me. It's about someone other than us. And above all, it is not about Ryan or Amy. It's about Joel. This is his story. Unlike games, life sometimes doesn't give you choices. Cancer is not a choice. The treatments available for it are, and we must deal with the consequences of the choices we make, at times dealing with stuff we didn't even get a say in. The story is the unfolding of the choices these parents made trying to save someone's life. A child's life. The amount of courage necessary to make a game out of such a personal and painful experience is indescribable. For that matter, I must leave one recommendation of this game for anyone looking for something to help them feel empathetic. It is a short game, you can finish it in a couple of hours, but for the personal growth it can bring, I do think it is a priceless experience.